welcome, welcome, welcome to Amber Skies, the future of 3D networking. Talking about 3D, we're nearly there. We're up to the batch renderer. We are very close. What I need to look at first is the model warehouse. As in here, we're going to be doing everything. So we're loading our models here. So it only makes sense to me to do something about it. So load model is here. What can we... Oh, thank you, phone. What can we do about it? Well, we can put the model here on the shelf. That's good. That's in M. It's got a UUID equals M UUID. It should be 0. Where do we set it? It's 0. That really should not be set there. Because I can't see it if it's set there. So that's got to move. That's our first thing. Nope, not that one. I'm doing the model warehouse for a minute. Stop it. Store new OBJ data. Yeah, okay. Comma M underscore UUID equals 0. There we go. That's all we needed to do. Alrighty, what do we really have here? Missing space. Initialize. Right, I want to create Bob here. So we want to have a Bob. Now, what does Bob need? Bob needs quite a bit. He's going to need the following. Let's go back into the header file. And we can put it here, can't we? We can make ourselves a struct. So a struct. And we can call it we could call it Bob. It's a test thing, isn't it? Right, okay, it's called a Bob now. I don't know. Yeah, we're making a struct called Bob because we can. What am I doing? It's going to need the UUID, which is an int. UUID. That's for the model. The model's UUID. Yep, so we'll need one of them. We'll need a GLM, if we've got GLMs here. Yeah, we probably have somewhere. Vec3. No. Vec4. Interesting. I'm going to put it as Vec3 for now. And that will be a position. We will also need floats, and we'll take the rotation around the x-axis, which means we have to do the others as well. Float rotation around the y-axis. Float rotation. I'm doing this in longhand on purpose around the z-axis because it makes it easier for me after. I guess we'll have a float of scale just in case we need it. And it really should have a model matrix. When do I want to calculate the model matrix? Okay. Position equals vec glm vec3 open brackets 0.0f comma 0.0f comma 0.0f. That's its initial position. I don't know if that's in degrees or radians. We'll choose later. I think it's in degrees to start off with, so we'll assume degrees anyway. But there won't be any rotation. So it'll be at the centre of the world without rotation. That's a great place to put it. And scale will equal 1. It's looking good. That's Bob. We could do with light camera action. I think I left myself a note somewhere, so we'll have to have a struct for the sun, I suppose. We'll call it the sun. Why not? I'm not biased. What will the sun need? Not a lot, really. The sun will need a no. I'm putting GLM Vex in all over the place here, aren't I? Yeah, I'll pull you two out. There we go. I'm happier doing vectors and things now. Don't need you anymore. Okay. What do we got? What have we got? Right, I was doing the sun. Right, only in just a couple of things. So that's a GLM. Vec3. What do we need first of all? Position, I suppose. So position. Oh dear, that didn't go quite right. Semicolon. And just move that out of the way. Let's get this to full height. GLM. Vec3. Colour. That'll do. That's the sun. So we've got lights. Camera. Right, struct. Camera. What do you need? Oh, you're the weirdo one, aren't you? I always do this one weirdly. I'm not sure I really want to. No, I don't want to do it weirdly this time. I want to do it normally. I'm tired of doing this weirdly just to confuse people. So it's going to be for a camera. Those ones there. There we go. Position rotation. That's it. That's all we need. To start off with. That's all we need. So we now have Bob. The wonderful Bob. Well, how are we going to do Bob now? So we've loaded the model. So now we can create a Bob. So let's do it properly. we are going to have 3 things, aren't we? So we're going to have a Bob, who's going to be star M-Bob. This is getting worse. Bop, do 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 do, bop. There we go. That's my bit of stuff for the day. We're going to have the sun, that we're going to call M_sun. Yeah, we're going to asterisk everything because we can. And we're going to have a camera. Let's stop messing about and laughing me socks off. Oh dear. Blades is enjoying himself. Things are going to go wrong quickly. Oh dear. Right, looking at drop frames today, because yesterday was a disaster on drop frames, so let's just zero those out. I want to find out what's going on with Twitch, and if there is something wrong with Twitch. Because I am throwing out at 5 MBS. So it's not as if the stream's lacking width or anything on bandwidth. Right now I've got all these lovely things. We better initialize them all. So back up here. We can put pop to a null pointer like that. And did I put a comma there? Yes, I did. We can put our sun. Again, I'm going to put that to a null pointer. Oops. Good point. Just put them all to null pointers, I think, at this point. We can choose in a bit, which we will do in a second or two. Underscore camera. And we'll put you to a null pointer. There we go. And we need to delete them in a reverse. I always delete in reverse, so delete. M_camera. Delete. M_sun. And then we get to delete our favourite Bob. There he is. Right, so we deleted in return there. Once we've got Bob, we can actually, once we've loaded him, we have the thing to make. So, what I actually know, we don't need to put null pointers in, do we? We can actually just make them as news because they don't have any constructors. New Bob. I didn't put a constructor in. The compiler will. The compiler makes us one, so don't worry about it. A new sun. So this is all legal. Just because I've been lazy. A new camera. And that's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do with Bob now is make Bob so M_Bob, and it's going to be arrow. I want the UUID is equal to whatever's on the shelf. M_tech level 3 shelf. M_tech level 3 shelf. Dot. Oh no, it's a 0, isn't it? 0. And what? How did I do these tech level 3 shelves? Oh, it's just straightforward vector, so it's a dot. It shouldn't be that, it should be a star. What's it containing? Not a lot. So yeah, well, dot, that's what it contains. It's just references really, isn't it? UUID. There we go, that's that done. So we've given Bob a model. That's how you give Bob his model. He now has model whatever 0 on from the TL3 shelf. So that's good. Just grabbing the coffee. Lovely. We have a VAO now, don't we? Yeah, we did all of that. I'm sure we did. Right, so M_Bob. I want to put him in the world so we can see him. So I'm going to put his position equal to a GLM : vec3 open. I'm going to put him in x of 0 upwards minus. No, we'll put him at 0. Let's see where he ends up. I don't know where he's going to be. And we'll just put him into the screen, which is a minus 5 meters. There we go. The camera, I'm going to do nothing with, am I? I'm just going to leave it as is. And the sun, I want to move and give a colour. Okay. So M_sun doesn't come up. Interesting. There's no reason why it shouldn't give us the sun. It should be here. Sun, arrow. It's just one of those days. Position, anyway. Oh, that's why. My apologies. I forgot a semicolon. Position equals GLM vec3, and I'm going to put it at 0x. No, I'm going to put it at 2x. I want it over to the right by 2 meters. Upwards, I will put it 5 meters. So that's 5.0. The sun's very close today. It's very hot. And in the Z direction, don't need to put it anywhere. That's done. And the colour of the sun is an easy one. I always do the same. Equals GLM : vec3, and it's 0.8. Never use a 1. You'll see a lot of people using 1, but it's very hard to do proper shading if your sun is at 1. Because what you're going to do is bleach out. Also, you'll be in danger of bleaching out. So 0.8 is my maximum value. The light equations will go up to 1 if they feel it necessary. Because remember, they're clamped at the top at 1, because there's ambient to add to that. At least. So yes, be careful with that one. Be careful. So that's the sun. Camera. No. Don't really want to do anything with it. Okay. So, update. That's no good to me at all. We're going to need another function. Yes, we are. So we can do that one. Initialize. Yeah. Void. For now, prepare. Prepare models. This is where it gets interesting. Because now we've got all the models, but we need to prepare them. And to do that, we need to send them through to the renderer. Now, we've only got color models at the moment. So let's have a look at our master renderer, our batch renderer. See what we've got. Right, okay. At the moment it's process Bobs. World models. I decided on, didn't I? I think. Yes, world models sounds better. So this is what we need to use next. We need to process them all. And that means we can build a map now. I found out what that is. That's now an int. The UUID is an int. So int. Standard vector of models is what we are about to pass through or build or whatever. Still not happy about that second bit, but we now have the key. The key is a UUID, which is an int. Excellent. So we're getting somewhere. When I get it, when I'm happy with it, I'll make it. So let's go back. No, let's go and initialize that. So copy you into batch renderer. Here. And just pop a few bits and pieces on you so you're not complaining. I don't know what I did there. Right, alright, is that all I did? Right, okay. That's okay. That's not. There we go, everything should now match up. Process world models. Save. Done. Process world models. Done. Now this is what we need to do next, and this is in prepare models. So now we can go to our model warehouse. Where did I put it? Just above all. Here. And this is whatever I just said. Oh dear. Prepare models. There we go. And put an E on the end, that might help. There we go. So now we can prepare our models. What we can do is how's this going to work now? What we want to write is m underscore. We don't have a master renderer or a batch renderer here. Whoops. No, we don't. Well, that's not helpful. Include. These need to be taken out of here. So these have to go into world models. Which belongs with the rendering or the core? Rendering. So new file, and it's just going to be worldmodels.h. And all you're going to have in worldmodels.h is whatever I put at the top of modelwarehouse.h. So you're going to have Bob and Co. Yeah, that'll do. And you can go in here. That's 10. I put you in there. There we go, copy that over. Very easy to set up really once it gets going. Does it need anything coming in? Yes, it needs its GLM bits. So we can pop those in. Anything else you need? Shouldn't be much. No. That's right. There we go. Sorted. All done. And now we just need to include worldmodels.h. That's good news. And we are in Model Warehouse. Okay, so... Oops. What did I press there? Wow. So I'll need a /core. Oh, ow. That's what happens when you get older. That was a full arm spasm. Ouch. I'll need a... who am I in? Model Warehouse. I will need rendering. And from rendering, I will need the world models. And from rendering, I shall need the batch renderer. There. So we better make ourselves one. And we can get rid of these guys now, can't we? Yep, they can go. They didn't live long in here, did they? And now we can have a batch renderer. Star m underscore batch renderer. And you will need to be set up, won't you? In here. And that's m underscore batch renderer. Open brackets. Good point. We haven't decided. Ooh. Okay, we haven't decided, so I'll put it to a null pointer. What we'll do is a null pointer, and then when we initialize, the first thing I'll do is I will m underscore batch renderer equals a new batch renderer. I don't know what that's going to entail, so we'll do that, and we'll delete you. There we are. Hello, Pudding. That's another one of our cats. Are you climbing? Oh no, you're going under the bed. Alright, go on. Crawl under the bed where it's cooler. Oh, bless him. He's slightly old, he's over 100. I mean, he's 17 years old now. God, that's a lot of cat years. That's a lot of cat years. So now I can do that. I can arrow to that, and I can put Bob in. M underscore Bob. Which should cause an error. What is Bob? Bob is a Bob. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. This is going to look a bit weird, but hey ho. So process world models needs to take a Bob. Oh, am I taking this seriously? No, probably not. Yeah. Right. Let's start filling this in if we can. No, can't start filling that in. Trying to think of... Oh, right, yeah, that's on the master renderer side, but how do we deal with this on our side? All we need is the entity, or the Bob in this case. So if we go over to our batch renderer, we can now start working on how to process a Bob. Yeah, okay, let's look at that. So how would process a Bob is by including Bobdom. So here we would hash include our beautiful set of world models, and that allows us now to have a type Bob here. There you go, Bob, and we're just going to call it the Bob, because there's only going to be one at the moment for the testing. No, I'll call it Test Bob. Test Bob. Yes, we're going to test Bob. So that'll make everybody happy now, because we've got a Test Bob. Wow. Okay, Test Bob, what do we want to do with you? That's okay now there. We can shut you down for a minute. And we can concentrate on the next part of the batch renderer, which is this. Test Bob. So we're now back into our batch renderer. And we're also, of course, building up the functionality within the model warehouse at the same time. So, all's good. Now, when we ask the batch renderer to process something, what we are asking it to do is to add it to the list of things to be rendered. That's all we're asking. So that's all the processing does. And here it goes, because now we know the answers to our questions. So we'll have to now make that map. And we have to make it good. It's going to be a map of bobs. Is it a standard vector? Yeah, it is. Models in world is now going to be bobs. Bob, you're famous. Int, comma, standard, yeah, why have I put an ampersand there? I have no idea. It should be a star. Yeah, this is. I don't want it here. I want it somewhere else. This list can be anywhere it wants. STD, no SDT. That doesn't help. So yeah, that's our map. The key is the UUID. The thing it holds is a vector of models, world models, or bobs in this case, in case we want more than one bob at one UUID. Remember, the model has a UUID. So for each model, we are going to hold a vector of things in the world. Does that make more sense? Good, because we can use then one model for more than one thing. I think that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, just put it down in the Catch-22 chat. Oh, I haven't even said hi to you all. Hi is all. There you go. Hiya. Waves. So now we've got our map, we're cooking. We can have a camera as well. Oh. Oh, we are cooking now, aren't we? I can have a camera. Which I'm still not certain we need to keep hold of, but we might get rid of it. I'll put it in for now. Batch renderer. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doob. We're not really bothering with initializing anything by the looks of it. We'll sort that out in a bit. Yeah. I just want to do one at once. So process world models. Because it's important. And we have to do it right. How to use maps effectively. The first thing you do when you want to use a map is create something called an iterator. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's awkward. So it's very awkward, and I'm very sorry that it's this complicated. But if you want to make a batch renderer, and you're better using maps, and you're better off doing this. So it's an int, comma, bobs. I've already done this wrong. I've done this wrong. No. Oh, I don't like that. Bob. Sorry, mate. You can have an asterisk. You can stay out on the heap as well. Because we don't know how much final information you're going to have. So I'm going to do this part properly at least. Because it's easier to modify the warehouse. Because that's not as complicated as this. But I want to do this right first time. Otherwise we could be in trouble. So I'm going to make you into a pointer. Okay, so that means we now have that comma, std colon vector of Bob's. And that's a double, and I'm just going to put that as a star. No, I want an iterator. It's colon colon. There we go, that's what I want. And I want the iterator, so it's going to be IT, there it is, iterator. And we're just going to call it batch for now. Okay, we now have to get hold of the model. Well, no, we need to get hold of the UUID. So we need the first part of that, the int. So the key. Okay, so int key equals test Bob. How did I bring him in? He was a pointer. So we should really be bringing him by address. Maybe. Doesn't matter, does it? It's a pointer. Pointer's a pointer's a pointer. There's no point in being clever about it. And now if we go back here, we should be able to agree. Thank you. We do. That's why that squiggly was there. So we're okay now. So test Bob, can I please have your UUID? That's our key. That tells us which model you're going to be using. And yeah, that's okay. This is awkward. Alright, so we've now got to find the batch. So we need to find the batch on the key. So batch, the iterator, equals, this is a clever bit. Well, I think it's a clever bit. It's whatever we called it. M underscore world entities, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. World. Did we? Oh, God. Things ain't coming through again. That means something's not right. Ah, right, okay. Let's call it that. Let's do it properly. There we are, world models. And it's got to do a find operation on that, please. There we go, there's a find operation. What we're trying to find, the key. Okay, now it could. Remember, the first time we enter this process worlds models, it's not going to exist. So we're going to have to ask if it exists or not. And that's what iterators do nicely for us. They will tell us if they exist or not. So if, open brackets, space, open brackets, batch, is not equal to, and it's going to be m underscore world models end, which it will the first time we use it. One second. Right, so if it doesn't equal the end, then we just add whatever it is to that key, because that key already exists. That key already exists, then all we need to do is take our batch and we are going to second, not the first part, the second part, which is the vector. The first part is your key, the second part is your vector, so we need the second part. And all we're going to do is push back, and we are going to push back. What do we push back? Bob. Test Bob. Oh God. Test Bob. That should match up, I hope. Yes, it does. Right. Else, what has happened? It's got to the end, and our key does not exist currently within our map. So we're going to have to do something. What we're going to have to do is make a new batch. So std : vector. This is a vector of Bobs, isn't it? Yes, a vector of Bobs. And we're going to star them, of course. I'm going to call this one a new batch, because it makes sense, and I need to call it asterisk new batch. Because I put an asterisk on it, didn't I? Just wondering whether I should take that asterisk off, you know. No, I want to roll with this. I think this is a better way of doing it. I'm just testing theories out at the same time as writing this, so yeah. Got a new batch. Oh, okay. Now what do we need to do with our new batch? We need to add our new batch. Well, no, we need to add Bob to our new batch. So, new batch. And this will be an arrow. Push back. Oh. Yes, it'll work. God. So in a nightmare then. And all we need is, it's not new, it's just test Bob. So that's where we want him. It's not new because he's already a pointer. So we add our test Bob to the new batch, and then we just insert the new batch into our world map. So it's m underscore world models map. We now have to insert oh God, look at that. Standard initial, oh God. It's going to be an std : pair, and the pair is going to be a key, and then it's going to be Bobs. Oh no, it's not going to be that at all, is it? Sorry, bad. It's going to be a pair of ints and Bobs. Star. And that is going to be key and new batch. Yeah. Lovely. Does that work? I don't think it does. Why doesn't that work? Type name is not allowed. Interesting. You're talking about the int. Okay. I know this is correct. It's just hard to do. Yeah, that's an int. That key is an int. And that bob is a bob. So there's your comma. Bob is a star. New batch is a star. Star. I think it is these stars that's messing me up. I'm not happy with this. That's right, yes, I've missed something out, haven't I? Bob is not that. Bob is a standard vector, isn't he? There we go. Now what's wrong with that? We've got the standard vector part right. We're just not happy with the standard pair. Do I have to start that? No. This address thing is messing us up. Right, okay. Right, I'm taking out the stars. Didn't know that it was going to mess us up on that. You can see how it's already gone from here. But we now have to make it all the same. So everybody's happy in here, but now we have our... Well, it can stay like that, can't it? No, it can't really. No, we're taking that off. I'm not going to mess it up. Any complaints? Yeah. Those are the only complaints. Actually, no. Oh, I've just realised. No, I can leave it as a star, but I'm not going to now. Tough. There we go. That's all. That's the only difference. Have I got any coffee left? So what we're doing is we're taking our test Bob. We are going to check if he's in the map. If he's not in the map, then we add a batch. We add him as a new batch. Really, that should be... No, never mind. We add him to a current batch if it exists. We add a new batch if he doesn't exist. And he only exists on his UUID. So if we have Bob2, he would go into the same batch as this one. It would be added to this batch that we've made Bob 1 in. It's pretty easy but complicated at the same time to get your head around, but as long as you can get your head around it, you're fine. You'll be fine. I can keep that as a star or a pointer as long as I put the correct arrows in. This part didn't matter after all. You can put your arrows in here, here. I don't see the point. I don't see the point, unless I'm running out of stack memory. I mean, we're only using 15k before I started programming this, so hey-ho, wow. I don't think we're going to be running out quite that soon, unless we have like a gazillion. We could, couldn't we? A gajillion bobs. I think that is a problem. We'll see. We will see. So that's now processed. So that we now have a map. Awesome. So we can now go to one key pair, or the first key, say, and render out every single test bob or bob type thing. And then obviously we can go on to the next key and the next set of models, the next key, the next set of models, the next key, the next set of models. That's the idea of batch rendering. So I think we're on our way now. We've now got something that works. So I can now have some comma, camera. So we have all of this now. Camera. I can fill all the bits and pieces in. Yay. Camera. So that's okay. Can have sun and camera in there. That's you two there. Good stuff. Anything else we need? I'm not doing terrain right now. Not really. Can do without these. Don't need those. Batch renderer. Let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, I am tempted to cheese this a little bit, but I don't think I want to. Because we've got all of this stuff here. How are we going to get the window? Right. Pop that in here, I think. Is that a good place to put it? Window doesn't change it very often, does it? Yeah, we can put it in here. And we can just call that window. That's easy enough there. So m underscore window is window. And what's wrong with that? Oh, my bad. Next part will be camera. That equals a null pointer. That's set elsewhere. Windows not our ownership. Camera's not our ownership. Oh. Interesting. Look at what the next one is. M_color shader. What we can do here is we can have a new color shader. And what does that color shader want? An std string shader name. Okay. Shader. I just realised our shaders are in the wrong place now, aren't they? I bet they're all in test 3D. Yes, they are. Great. Amber colour. So we'll put amber colour in there. It'll do the rest, I hope. If it doesn't, I'll fire it. And we can do hopefully then the same for the next one. This is where we create our shaders, by the way. Yeah. You wouldn't believe it after all that work we did yesterday on it. M_texture shader now is a new texture shader. And that'll do the same, won't it? It'll just be amber texture. Hopefully it'll pick up on everything. You never know. Who else do we need? I'm not touching that map. That's it. Okay, so let's log it up. And this is batch renderer. Batch renderer constructed. What do we need to kill? Shaders. We own them. Oh. This is awkward now because I want to do something completely different. Or in a different way. Do we own the shaders? Yeah, we do. So we're the only people who are allowed to delete those. Those are our shaders. So I need to delete them. I'm going to put that in. How do you delete a shader? God knows. We'll work that out as we go. M_texture. I've got a horrible feeling we're going to start getting errors on this. So I'll need to work it out properly. So just dumping it in and hoping it works. And at the end of that one, we're just going to log it. SDL log. And this is going to be batch renderer. I'm going to say destroyed on this one. Because I'm not overly keen on what I've just done. Right, so we've only got one thing left to do. We've got the sun, we've got the camera. We've got everything else I can think of. Got nothing else to fill in here. So render batch. Interesting. Okie dokies. How can we do this one that's going to be easy? See, I'm tempted to repeat this twice and have colour and have texture split at this point. But is that needed? We could do the textured first and then the colours. No. You're just doing batch by batch. And do it properly, I suppose. So M camera equals camera. This is what I disagree with. Why have we got M camera? It's a null pointer. I'm taking it out. I'm going to try and work without it. Because I've got the camera here. I'll try working without it first. And then we'll see what happens. Because I've got the camera. Because the camera's going to change, obviously. And the sun's going to change. So they have to be put in from the outside, just as these have to be processed and placed in from the outside. So these two have similarities between them. Right, well, the first thing we're going to do is address the window. So M window. We don't need to clear the screen, do we? This is done with from our model warehouse. Our model warehouse has got nothing to do with the screen. Clear screen and update. Okay, yep. So now we don't need to clear the screen. We've already got that done. Okay, so we don't need that. Right. So M. Let's do draw. We've got two draws. We can have a colour or a texture. Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. What I want to do is prepare. So it's prepare, draw colour, and I want to prepare it with the window. So it's going to be M underscore window. And it's going to get projection. There it is, that one there. Get projection. Fantastic, that's a map 4. That'll do nicely. So that's what we want the window for, the P. Oh, I haven't brought it up. Okay, let's just grab it. It's easier if I grab this and open it. Remember our MVP, and they come from all over the program, unfortunately. It's that one there, please. So our P, MVP, our projection comes from the window. Our V comes from the camera, and our M comes from the model. So we're going to have to work out how the heck we're going to deal with M and V in a minute or two. But you can see now that we've got all of this lot, and we're just filling in the blanks now. So we've got that lot, we've got that lot. Yeah, we've got everything, we're just filling in the blanks. That's fantastic. So we've got projection. And it was that easy, it was just a one-liner. Right, we now need to create, start the shader. And this will be color shader. M underscore color shader. Arrow. There it is. Start shader. Now we've started the shader, we can use the shader to load the sun or load light, and this is where we fail because we haven't written it because we didn't know what the sun was going to be. Oh, bless. So it's going to be color shader, and it's going to be the thing we haven't got. So let's go to our color shader and add it. So then we can call it. Ah, bless. There it is. Void, load light, int light. I put, oh no, it's not int light anymore. Hash include, and that is dot dot dash rendering dash world models dot h. And now we can ask for the sun. We can do anything. So there we go. Pop you in. Call you the sun. No, 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 no. Come on, come on. That one. I want the big sun, not the little one. You lot on here. You can be a semicolon. Alright, I'll just say the lot, I don't care. Well, let's build that up. And put it inside color shader. There we go. Toggle line comments, bring this lot back in. So it's load light, sunlight, so light dot. Well, it's not get position. I bet it's position. And I bet that's just light color. It's not light color. What is it? Oh, it's just color. Position and color. There you go. Even simpler. You see, I'm a simple person. So that's where your vec3s go through. We just take those two values out and we'll load them up to our shader. That's that done. So you're finished. Don't need this gibberish here. That's the last of the loaders. So you're finished. And in here we can now load light. Open brackets, and it's just sun. That'll need a dereference if I do it that way. Doesn't matter. Dereference it then. Yeah, okay, so that's how you load up the sun to your shader. You just complete your shader. It was only a little bit to write. Now we are going to render. So, yeah. We have to decide which entities to render. No, we don't. So we could just do m underscore color shader, is it? No. No. Draw color. Draw color. Render. What's he asking for here? What does draw color ask for? Yeah. Render color, and yeah, that's right. We just want to pass our world models over, don't we? Yeah, that sounds okay. We can do that. Very kind. Where's our world models? There it is. Copy. So that goes in on this side and causes an error, which is fine. Save you out. That goes on the other side. Copy on the draw color. Here. There we go. I'll just do that. And then we can delete the rest. Oh, camera, it said there, did it? Do we need the camera as well? Yeah, have that. Comma, camera, camera. It's given me camera. Is it global? Probably. Shouldn't do that. That's naughty of it. I'm going to include anyway. Where are we? Draw. So that's world models. Alright, we'll pop it in just in case it's needed. That's looking okay. Don't want an M there. Right, remember this is only the colour draw thingy. So all we're going to do is draw the colour models. In other words, ones that don't have textures. And we can check for that, so that's fine. So we now have the start of render colour. Yeah, we've got that bit now. So back to the master renderer. Let's see if the batch renderer, sorry, and see if we can finish off a bit more of this. That is comma camera. Pardon? Right, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Alright, it's happy now, is it? Good, now it's messed around a bit. After we've done that, we can stop our shader because we're complete. So it's M underscore color. You can see how this is working now, can't you? Yeah, color shader. And that is now stop. There we go. That, when we finish the draw color, we'll now draw all of the colored or models with color, should I say, in that draw line. That's nice. What else do we need to do now? We need to, I would guess, do literally the same thing. So M underscore draw texture. And we better prepare. Pardon? Why have I got prepared draw colour there? Draw texture. What have you been up to? Oh, that's right, it was just a copy and paste, wasn't it? That done. These shouldn't even be in here. I obviously hadn't finished my copying and pasting here. Draw texture, draw texture, draw texture. So I just hadn't been through it all. So we'll finish this off now. Once we're here. Shows you how I converted them over into files anyway. Badly. Colour. How's about becoming texture? Prepare instance. Colour can become texture now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, we've got a prepared textured model to fill in, which will probably be very much like the other kind of stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what we need. Yeah, that's okay. What are you doing still open? I think you're going to be about right-ish, but we'll see. Alright, let's go through these. Draw texture. Semicolon. Semicolon. Get rid of 37, don't need you. Told you this was going to be the boring bit. This is a bit I did after closing the stream last night because it is really, well, not that interesting, shall we say. Just putting semicolons on and deleting lines. And where it says colour. Just putting the word texture. Instance colour. And that's okay there. Yep, looking good already. Oh yes, I remember what this does now. Quite interesting. There we go. Looking better on the textures. Straight off. There we go, that's looking better. Okay. And that will add and include to again. And that was just world models, wasn't it? There we go. That'll make that happier. Just check out now why we've got errors. Oh, right, yes, that silly thing there. How are we doing in here now? Just that silly thing there. Alrighty. That's looking a little bit more stable. Let's see if we can get more of this batch renderer done now. So, draw texture. Let's try this arrow again and see what we get. Prepare draw texture. Yay! And you want a map 4 projection. Guess where we're going to get that from? Oh, this looks familiar. Next. Texture shader, I think we shall start you. And M underscore texture shader. What do you want to do next? Load the light. Yeah, okay. Load light. And of course you haven't got it because we haven't done it. So draw color was, yikes, where did load light go? It's in the texture shader. There. Let's get everything included. There we go. So now we can load the lights. So that becomes, forget it. Void, load, light, sun, sun, semicolon. That's you done. And that's you done. And in here, edit, toggle those lines out. Make it a member of the class. And then let's put this bit in properly. Sun, sun. Alrighty. Hold on a minute. Might as well call it light. P and C. That's you two done. Yep. Agreed. Agreed. Not agreed. I'll just match those up so we know. And this is just, yeah. And it's a load light. Big L. Thank you. Don't know why the other one I kept as a small L, but hey ho, we did. I'm going to have to go through all of these and put them into uppercase at the beginning of them all. Because it has not been standardized there all the way through this last bit. Oh dear. So we'll have to do that. Now you've got the sun. You can render. M underscore draw textured. And that is just going to be a render. And it's going to be M-World models. You can take all the textured ones out of it and render those, please. And you're going to take a camera as well. There we go. So that's that. What's wrong with that is we don't have the correct thing at the other end. So draw texture. Let's finish you off. Let's do you properly. And we can take you off there. And we can put a camera in. There we go. Nicely done. That puts us onto draw texture here. Oh look, we seem to be finishing up quite nicely. Do I come back to this or do you want me to do it now? Did we do it? Oh, we're coming back to these, are we? Might as well fill you in whilst we're here. Okay. Make sure everything's right. That's what it should be. Make sure everything's right now, so bear with me. I'm double checking now. And I know I am. Why does render color not come up? What's wrong with you? Oh, right. That doesn't help. Right, so you're okay now. Got some drawing to do. Draw color H, okay. Draw texture. Again. Copy and paste errors will kill the world. Will kill somebody anyway. Because there's programs in absolutely everything. That's okay. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. And you're okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And then once we have rendered, we just turn the shader off. And it is going to be stop shader. Bing. There you go. And that looks to me like we've nearly got a batch renderer. So when we call the renderer, we need to call it with the sun and the camera. So if we go back to, I want to finish off the warehouse part first, obviously. So model warehouse. Yeah, that's okay there. Here we go. So at this point, we should really be calling the renderer. So m underscore batch renderer. Render the batches with m underscore sun, comma, m underscore camera. That should be what it says there. And why do we not have a sun and a camera? According to that we do. Because of that there. Do we have the window anywhere? No, we don't, do we? Oh. Oops. Yeah, right, what have we got in here? No, we don't. And that's going to be display. Dot dot. Display. Using GLFW at the moment, so I'll just use that one. And I do want a window in here, please. I'll put it at the top. Window 3D, and it's underscore window. Okay. Model warehouse is going to be a window. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, my bad. Display. Window. And that is window. Star window, please. Okay, that's better. Let's get this updated. And that's display. There we go. Done. Next. Done, 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 done. Update model warehouse. So that now is display, colon, window 3D. Window. M underscore window is window. That's all I needed to put in. Double checks, double checks, double checks, checks. Right, happy with that. Model warehouse is not happy with that. Right, yeah. Star. Thank you all. Good. Right, we're off. We're racing. We've got a window. So that's M underscore window. I'll be happy now. So the window's been passed over. The sun and the camera don't want to move. Oh, dereference. Sorry, I was dereferencing them on sending, I remember now. That's fine. That's it, that's done. Your model warehouse is now complete. If I run model warehouse, it should work. But model warehouse is not being run properly anymore because it needs a window. And that now takes main window 3D. Actually takes the address. There we go. That's better. I have no idea why you're crying about it, because that's what I've just done. Oh, right, it's in amber. Of course you're going to cry about it. Yeah, it's fine. Just make sure I'm right. Yep, it wants the address. Okay. Dare I try? Dare I? Yes. Terminal, run build task. Do I dare try? See how many errors I've got. Well, yeah, I know that. Of course it's unused. We're just about to write those next. So yeah, the camera and the world models, all that's doing is telling me that I haven't written or wrote the draw commands. That's all it says. So everything else is correct. We've just got these things to use up. It's looking good, isn't it? That will get rid of main's awkwardness, I hope. No, it won't get rid of main's awkwardness because main's have got a problem with itself. Okay. Never mind. It's happy. It's happy. Batch renderer, are we complete? Well, we're pretty filled up there. That looks about as complete as I want to make it for now. Model warehouse, are we complete? Yeah, as complete as I want to make it. Oh dear. We're running out of things to complete here. What happens when that happens? What happens when we run out of things to do? We go and make a cup of tea or something. There we go. Fantastic. That's all been brought back in line. Alrighty, that's the model warehouse done. The model warehouse done here. Yeah, well, can't have everything. This is all going to disappear, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm just throwing includes in, it's because I'm going to be taking them out soon. I'm going to show you a trick to includes. Right, so we're now working on display. No. We are working on rendering. We are on these two files here. Well, not that file's complete. So this file here. And we need 4. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. What time are we on now? 1:40. Stop for lunch. Might be a good idea. Continue again in what? Where are we now? Just after 12 here in England. So I'm going to stop for lunch, and I'll come back at 1 o'clock to do draw colour. Yeah, I think I want some food and some drink. I'm dehydrating because it's very hot here. So I will be back in an hour. In the meantime, keep exploring. Keep being inquisitive. And have a good lunch. Have fun.